You know, I didn't initially want to move to the US. I wanted to go work in India, but I think IIT Kanpur and the kind of training they gave us was ahead of its times. And so I think academia or the academy in India at that time was ahead of its time. The industry was behind. So when I got to industry, I had been taught at Kanpur to innovate, to invent, to think outside the box. When I got to industry, it was mostly just manufacturing at that time. You manage manufacturing, the plans and the designs came from overseas, and you just implemented the manufacturing part, which was of no interest to me. So after a year, I got bored of that, and I decided to go to the US to get a degree, a master's degree, but had no intention of being in academia, except when I got to the US, I absolutely fell in love with the American way of research, the applied research, the inventions, the entrepreneurship that goes with it to take your research ideas all the way to marketing to products. That was really something that was very attractive to me. And so that's how I ended up. I went to biomedical engineering. So it wasn't to the medical sciences. It was a new form of engineering emerging at that time, which was coming out of mechanical engineering, as well as electrical engineering, some chemical engineering at that time. And it added on the disciplines of medicine and biology to it. So that was what biomedical engineering was and is today. And that was just becoming big at that time, and it was very appealing to me because you could use the engineering knowledge to solve human medical problems. And that was the reason for my transition. Well, there's some just general messages. Overall, I think that I would like to give students. One of, let's just say these are the following tidbits for life. One is, you're from IIT Kanpur, be proud, be really proud, but don't be arrogant about it. Just be proud, be humble, but not meek. Then always strive for excellence. And that's what I've always tried to do. Strive for excellence, not for the top level. And once you strive for excellence and you get excellence, the top level in this country will come automatically. And that has helped me a lot. But when you do all of that, remember where you came from. Remember your heritage, remember where you came from, and remember your giants. And I say giants, and I like to quote Isaac Newton in this. Newton once very famously said, I can see far because I've stood on the shoulders of giants who have come before me. And he obviously was talking about the other great scientists who had come before him. But I think all of us stand on the shoulder of giants. They're giants in our lives who have brought us to the point in life where we, if you're interested in settling in the years, that brought you to a point where you can even think about it. And oftentimes these are family members, their parents, who have worked really, really hard, sacrificed a lot so that we can be successful. And so always remember your giants and say thank you. And in terms of settling down in the US, if you were to do that, embrace your new country. Embrace, and not just embrace the whole culture. Don't just embrace the benefits and live in a cocoon. Embrace your new country, participate in its culture while maintaining your culture and bringing your culture and introducing it to the new country. So it has to be a balance, and then you'll feel at home and you will do well. It's been a long time, but couple of things. In my first year, my brother, who was elder than me, served in the Indian Air Force. He was a fighter pilot. So I was always interested in flying. I did not take aeronautical engineering, but I was a mechanical engineering graduate. But the gliding club over there was, I don't know if it still exists, was a huge attraction. And my first and part of second year, I did a lot of gliding, a lot of good memories. Honestly speaking, I think I did a little bit too much time spent on the airfield. And as a result, as I soared in the glider, my grades took a nosedive. And so I had to stop. But I still have very good memories of that. I don't know if there's still movies in L7. L7 was where we went for the movies. And I still remember that when there were some special songs that were liked by everyone, just for those songs, all of us would show up at every show of that movie. So there were five, I don't know how many shows for each movie. The L7 would get crowded just for those song sequences. So those are some fun memories. It was, I really enjoyed my time at Kanpur those 5 years. It was a great education, some of the best I've ever seen in the whole world, and I have now traveled across the world. Some of the best education still to this day. It's in the big whole world. It's actually a small little place in the sleepy old Kalyanpur. It's not in a large national city or even an international city, but that institution and the product that has come from it and its alumni have touched the world and literally touched billions through the work that happens there and the education that happens there and the alumni that go out and then do great things across the world. Be proud of that and carry on that tradition, because IIT Kanpur is a beacon that has literally touched billions of people across the world. And it may not be so obvious when you're there, but when you come out in the big world and you see what has happened, it's something to be exceptionally proud of.